Hey guys, Paul from Montana. I have here my trusty 2004 Impala, and it started giving me an ABS light and service traction system light, and then it would turn the traction off automatically. I started doing this about a week ago, and I went on YouTube and learned some things, and there's plenty of videos on this, but I'm going to do my own because this problem was easy to find, and maybe this video is worth doing, save you some time. So the first thing I did was I got underneath the car and I disconnected these connectors from the wheel hubs and then plugged them back in. Because you know, sometimes you might have a bad connection. I worked on machines. That was my job for a while, working on machines, troubleshooting, that kind of thing. And the first thing we did, like when something was giving us trouble or giving us kind of erratic error messages, was we'd power it down and bring it back up and reset the computer. If that didn't work, then we'd start looking at connectors and disconnecting connectors and plugging them back in. Well, that didn't work on this car. So what I noticed was when it was turning left, it would trigger that error light in the ABS light, and sometimes activate the ABS, which is a little bit dangerous, definitely, because you don't want to come to a stop sign on dry pavement and have your ABS kicking in and you're used to stopping without it. So my next thing was to start checking the wiring. Immediately I found out that this wire inside this loom had a break in it. I don't even know if you can see it because it's actually bending when I bend this wire. That wire is broken. So that's where it was. Now, in case, for those of you who don't work on vehicles much, basic information, this connector plugs into this wire here that goes back into a sensor in the hub. It's basically counting the wheels as they turn on both sides of the front of the car, and if there's no signal or an erratic signal, you'll get an error like I did on your dash, and it's not safe. You want to fix it. It could be your ABS unit inside your engine bay, or if you're lucky, it is something very simple like this. Cut the wire out, put a new wire in. You might even be able to get this connector with a pigtail on it, and you could replace the wiring back in there a little ways. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to splice in a wire and call it a day. There's a number of ways to repair it properly. You could solder a wire in, a new section of wire, but be cautious with that, because if you use just your regular everyday flux core wire that you buy at the hardware store, or you have flux that you bought for soldering things, that solder is acidic, and if you get it, the flux is acidic. You get it inside a braided wire, and that wire will fail, just like it does from salt and corrosion and whatever else gets in here. So you really want to use like a no clean flux, which is a low activity flux, or just use some butt connectors that shrink wrap on there. That should work pretty good. So I don't need to get into that, but I'm sharing my knowledge with you because that's what I did for a living for a long time, was dealing with soldering and wire harnesses and all that stuff. So again, if you get that error, it might be something so simple, just like this. You can fix it yourself and save a bundle of money. All right, thanks for watching.